Hey, you've made it. Lesson 7. Good work. Good work. Keep it up. Remember, don't just skim through all these lessons one after the other and just think that if I do them once, I've learnt them. No. Repeat them over and over again. Go through them over and over again. Don't be scared to go back to lesson 1. Learn the 3 basic major chords, then learn the minor chord, then learn your G, then learn your bar chords. Today what we're going to learn, if you've done all that, today what we're going to learn is the B7 chord. That should pop up right about now. Okay, that was the B7 chord. I'm going to get my guitar, I'm going to walk you through it one finger at a time. It's a little difficult, there's 4 fingers involved. Don't worry, we'll be fine. We'll walk through it and then we'll learn a basic 12 bar blues using that new B7 chord. Okay, stay with me, I'll see you soon. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to call out numbers of fingers, numbers of strings, and what fret they're going to go on. So we'll do it slowly. We'll start off with our first finger, which is going to go on the 4th string, 1st fret. So count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th string, 1st fret. Okay, don't worry, I'll come in close so you can see a close-up what it looks like, but I'm going to walk you through it now. 1st finger, 4th string, 1st fret. Now your 2nd finger will go on the 5th string, on the next fret, 5th string. The ring finger will go on the 3rd string, also on the 2nd fret. So now what you have is this sort of shape. And finally the small finger will go on the bottom string, 2nd fret. Now I'll come in close so you can see exactly how I did that. Okay, 1st finger, 4th string, 1st fret. Middle finger, 5th string, 2nd fret. Ring finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret. 4th finger, 1st string, 2nd fret. 4, 5, 3, and 1. This chord is strummed from the 5th string down, and it gives you that sound. So there you have the B7 chord, B7. Now 7 is a type of chord, a 7th chord. There are all different types of 7th chord. This is the first 7th chord you've learned. Now there's a reason why I've chosen B7, and that is because I would like to walk you through the 12 bar blues. 12 bar blues is a very common sounding sort of tune. You would have heard it before, some songs that sound like this. That sort of feel, or give you an idea, that's a bluesy sort of sound. Now there is a pattern that they generally follow in a 12 bar blues. I'm going to break it down into a simple version that I like to use to teach beginners, and then we extend on that later. So I'll make it more complex as we go along. So what we'll start off with is counting the chords. Now each chord will get a count. Now there's only 3 chords we're going to use, and they're simple. The first 2 are E and A, which you should have memorized by now from the first lesson, E and A. And today's chord, of course, the B7. So we have E, A, and B7. And all 3 chords are going to be utilized to make this 12 bar blues. Now, I'm going to also show you a different type of strumming to help you with the counting and to give you something more interesting to play than just down strums. Okay, so I'll come in close so you can see the strumming that I'm using, and I'll call out the chords that you already know and teach you how to count those chords to get the sound of a 12 bar blues. So the first chord I'll be playing is E, which you'll know from your first lesson. You should have memorized. Now the strumming pattern, I will start by strumming the 6th string first. This is for the E chord. Strum, pluck 1 string, then strum the remainder. Then I will alternate between that and the 5th string. Pluck, strum, E, strum, 5th string, strum. Now this is the pattern. Quite simple. Now the way we're going to count to do this 12 bar blues is we're going to assign an amount of strums for each chord. So for the E chord, which is the first chord, we will give it 16 strums. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 16. Once we get to 16, we're going to change to the A chord, which I'll do now. I'll just change to the A chord, and we will now strum the A chord, and we will strum it for 8 beats. 1, 2. You'll notice we've changed the strumming pattern from the 5th string, because it's an A chord, to the 6th string. And we alternate, so it's pick, strum. So there'll be 8 of these, and then we'll do another 8 of the E's. Right? I'm speeding this up, of course. 8 E's, and then we will do 4 B7s, the new chord, 4 A's, then 4 E's, and finally 4 B7s. Sorry, I made a little mistake there. And then back to the E. 4, 4. And then you repeat the process. This is called a rolling 12-bar blues. It will just keep going over and over again. I will write in the description how many counts for each chord. I'll keep it simple. You'll use this video to help you play along with it. So that's your basic 12-bar blues. This is something you can practice. It'll help you change between the E, A, and the B7 chords, and it'll give you a new type of strumming to work on. Okay, we packed quite a bit into that lesson. Today you learnt the B7 chord, a little different to what you're used to, using 4 fingers and cramped all in there. Very common chord. Get used to it, we'll be using it quite a lot. And the 12-bar blues. If it seems confusing and daunting, all the counting, don't stress, it will come to you naturally. The more blues you listen to, you'll see that they all follow a very similar pattern, okay? The one I've shown you today is very simple, basic, bare bones, and a little simple strumming. It's not too difficult, I'm sure you'll get it. But it's like a foundation. You need to know that blues pattern. Lock it into your brain so that it seems natural to you. Almost every musician will know the 12-bar blues or something about it, or a song that's based on it. You will bump into many songs that are based on it, mainly older songs, but it's still, anyway, there's a lot of lessons within the 12-bar blues. I'll just leave it at that. If you're wondering why it's called a 12-bar blues, in music, a bar is a measure of music. When they write music and you see music written, a 12-bar blues written out would have 12 bars of written music to make up a 12-bar blues. And it just repeats over and over again. It's a common pattern. So keep at it, keep practicing it, don't give up. And there will be a description below, so don't stress if you forget the counts. Play it over and over again. It will eventually lock into your brain. You'll get used to it. It's quite simple. The E chord goes for 16, the A goes for 8, the E goes for 8, then the rest are all 4s. Okay, I'll write it in the description. It's very easy. Take your time, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you at the next lesson. And as always, keep practicing.